James, we've not spoken to you obviously since there's been a change of manager and things have changed around the place. For you personally, and at this stage of your career and having to go through that now, what's the last few months been like for you?
It's not been too different. I know obviously we've had changes in manager, but we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to churn out points. Obviously that's not really happened the last couple of weeks. So it's just trying to stay positive and do what we can to try and get some points on the board.
How's your role changed in some of that as well? Because it's normally been with either a 2 or you've been with 2 number 10s behind you. Now you're kind of like in that 4-2-3-1, aren't you? So is that much different for A, for a centre forward, but B, for you individually?
I think with previous managers I played with, the formation has changed a lot anyway. So I am sort of comfortable with playing anywhere, sort of across the front 4 or 5 or whatever. But yeah, you've always got to be prepared, and if the game plan goes that way and you're expected to play a certain position, you've got to go out there and try and perform. So that's what I'm trying to do at the minute.
Much has been made of taking chances and such, hasn't it? And as a centre forward, obviously that falls to you and the other guys. And I suppose that it must be really frustrating when there have been chances, and because of the way you've played, you've not been able to get on the end of them. As a striker, is that really frustrating?
It is, but I have been on the end of a few as well, and it's not quite come off. So yeah, whether it's sort of no confidence or quality at the end of it, you just got to keep getting into them positions, and we have been sort of creating a lot of chances in certain games. So yeah, it's just sort of sticking to that and trying to move forward and take the next one when it comes, really. Yeah.
I'm thinking Leyton Orient and last week. There have been those opportunities, haven't there?
Yeah.
As a striker, how do you kind of reconcile that in your head when you do miss a chance, that you don't let your head drop and you do try and do the right things?
Yeah, it is tough, but you just got to think of the next one. You got to trust your teammates that are going to give you another chance, and hopefully it comes your way, or your teammate digs you out, and Bailey come on at the end of one of the games. I can't remember which game it was, but ended up scoring when I missed a pretty good chance in that game as well. So obviously we still didn't get the result, but we just got to trust each other and just stick together, really.
We'll talk about Bailey in a sec, because I want to talk from your obvious experience with an England team as to what he's going through now. But for yourself, we've talked about your fitness in the past and how you've approached this season maybe differently. Is that harder to do when the results aren't going for you and you find yourself in a run like this? Is it harder, if you like, to keep your mental discipline and keep yourself doing the right things?
I suppose it could be for a certain people, but I think if anything, it urges me to do more, and I want to be at this club, I want to perform for the club, and I want to get points for this club. So if that means being in the gym more, I think whether we're winning or losing, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I don't think it's changed much for me whether we're winning or not.
Without wishing to jinx it, you felt a bit stronger and a bit more fitter in yourself physically, and you know where you are with your body at this stage?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I'm learning every week about how much I can perform and go out and train and play games. I think the last couple of weeks I've played full 90s, which I probably haven't done for a while, especially not last season. So especially coming off the back of the injury as well, that I think I am in a good place at the minute. I just need to try and get some goals on the board and help us move up the table.
And that's going to be the big thing, isn't it? Because you've found yourselves in this position. As a squad, have you been really frank with each other about what you've not done and what you could do better as you try to get out of this?
I think we are getting a bit more clinical. I think set pieces has been a massive thing. Not sort of whether that's understanding our jobs or not, but it's just trying to we're having a lot of meetings with the new manager. He likes to get us down in the classroom, and we do a lot of analysis on whether it's past games or games coming up. So we're just doing every little bit we can to try and improve for the next game.
I know it's a difficult question, but as a local lad and you're playing for a local team, can it affect you more in some ways, because you realise the gravity of what it means to supporters who will be unhappy when you don't win games and don't win games consistently?
Yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, it's the same everywhere. The fans aren't going to be happy if we're not performing, but obviously it does hit a bit of a personal level with me, with it being from around the area, and I'm just trying to do everything we can to sort of give give the fans on a Saturday afternoon a good day and get the 3 points. So that's all we're trying to do at the minute.
Does it hurt when you hear the reaction, when you hear the boos at the full-time whistle, and you hear that frustration? Does that hurt you?
Yeah, of course it does. You know, some of the sort of the chants that you hear aren't nice, and you know, are they justified? Maybe sometimes. We just got to try and perform, and if we don't, then the fans aren't going to be happy. So again, it's just trying to perform for the fans, and you know they make it on a Saturday afternoon. If there's no fans, there's no football really. So yeah, we just try and do everything for them.
The accusations that, you know, sometimes you haven't tried or you haven't cared, and such like that, which I know you'll try and shut out, but I'm guessing that you will see some of. How does that make you feel, and what do you say to people who maybe go that this squad as a whole or individuals aren't trying or aren't bothered about this?
Yeah, I think we can safely say we look each other in the eye every day, and we never don't try. We're always trying to do what's best for us, for our families, and for the people around, for the community, for Vale fans. So, you know, we've got to be real honest. We don't go out and not try. Sometimes does it go our way? Probably not. But you know, all we can do is try. And you know, do fans always see that? Probably not. But you know, we can safely say we look each other in the eye and say we're not going to not try today. So.
Just a quick mention for Bailey as well, who's done really well this week. Scored twice for the England under-17s. You'll have been in his shoes. I don't want to say how many years ago, because I'm not going to do that to you, but you will know the pressure that comes with playing international football, but you'll also know how it can help you as a club footballer as well. So first of all, you're just words for him, and also what do you think he'll get out of playing international football that will help him in his club career?
To be honest, he's already played senior football for nearly a season, so I think that's stood him in amazing stead for his call-up. So I think a few of the lads were saying on some of the photos he looks by far the oldest player there, and I think that's just how he's grown up with the lads and being in the gym with us, and sort of developed maybe a little bit quicker than the academy players that were in the squad. But you know, he's enjoy it while you can. You know, you never know when the next peak and the next trough's going to be, so you just got to ride that wave, and if that means him coming back and scoring 3 at Burton and helping us get 3 points, that'll be fantastic for us.
Last thing, just to mention that Burton game, which is a big one, 6-pointer obviously, everybody talks about that. You'll be aware of the gravity of it as well. How as a group of players do you approach that, knowing what's maybe riding on it, and knowing that it, you know, sad to say, that a result that goes in your favour could change things. If it doesn't, it could change things for the worse. How do you kind of deal with that?
Yeah, it has been mentioned in the meetings, sort of, you know, if we manage to get 3 points, then we're right back, you know, in contention. We're only 3 points back. But yeah, we just got to turn up. It's going to be a battle. We know what they're like. They're very direct. They're good from set pieces. So we just got to turn up and perform, try, battle, win battles, win duels, and hopefully come away with the 3 points at the end of the game.